like them too.
Yeah.
Really nice people.
Good morning, everyone. We just arrived in Key West, Florida.
We are here on the Carnival Paradise. We're about to get off soon. We have just a short trip here in Key West.
It's our first stop on our cruise.
And it's our first time in Key West.
Our main things that we want to do today are try all the key lime pie, and we also want to see the Hemingway house. So those are the two things we're going to be doing today.
We don't have that much time here, so we gotta make it quick.
So let's get started.
Alright, so we got our first piece of key lime pie. This is from the Key Lime Pie Bakery, which is apparently the first place that ever had key lime pie down here in Key West. So let's see how this is. That is really good. Very sweet, but has a tartness from the limes. Really like it. Not my fault.
That's really good. I really like the whipped cream on it too. It's very light. The graham cracker crust is really good as well. It is pretty sweet, but you can definitely taste the tartness coming through as well.
So that was some really good key lime pie. That's gonna be hard to beat later. But while we digest some of that, we're gonna go take a quick walk and go see our next stop, which is gonna be the Ernest Hemingway house. You may have heard of him. He was a famous writer, and he actually lived between here and Havana, and spent most of his time here writing books. So we're gonna go check out his house.
And also they have 6-toed cats, so we're looking forward to seeing those cats as well. So we just finished our tour of the Hemingway house. Our tour guide Chris was very informative, very passionate about Hemingway, about the house, about the Key West area. Very informative. If you can go, try to get Chris.
And one of the coolest things here is they have over 55 cats, and a bunch of them have 6 toes. They're pretty cool.
And they're just walking around everywhere. You can't pick them up, but you can pet them.
All right, well, I think we've been outside quite a while now. We are very sweaty and need a nice cool drink.
Well, I mean a beer.
A beer.
We need a beer.
A beer. So we decided to stop here at the First Flight Brewery here in Key West. It is actually the southernmost brewery in the United States. We got our beers. I think we both ordered the main squeeze citrus wheat. It's supposed to be a wheat beer with a bunch of local fruits, including being made with chickens. Not chickens, sorry. It's including being made with Florida orange peels. Now we'll see how it is. Oh, that's a nice refreshing beer right now. It is hot out here, and that really hit the spot.
We just finished up our beer. We also had some really good ceviche, which we didn't film, kind of wish we had. The pieces of shrimp in it were huge.
Yeah, I've never seen ceviche with shrimp like that. Usually it's cut up into small pieces. This had full-on shrimp.
Yeah, it was incredible and kind of just surprising because we really didn't go for the food. We went for the beer. So it was kind of a pleasant surprise. Wish we had filmed it. We didn't this time. But now we're about to go are we getting pie next?
Yes, let's go get some more dessert. go to stop 2 on our Key West key lime pie tour.
Yeah, so this place is called Kermit's. We had 3 places that we want to try while we're here to get some key lime pie. I am pretty excited about that. I thought the last one was pretty good.
Yeah, I'm not sure how anyone's going to top that, but we'll see.
Yeah, so I'm really excited to try another pie, and also we have one other
And I like
food.
them too.
Yeah.
Really nice people.
We have one other food that we want to try while we're here as well, called conch fritters. We are hoping that we'll be able to get that in. We have a few more hours left here in Key West. So yeah, we're gonna try it out.
We're here with our second key lime pie of the day here at Kermit's Key West Lime Pie Shop. So let's see how this one is.
So Jacob reluctantly gave me the pie. So now it's my turn to try it. Ooh, it looks more gelatinous, I think, than the last one. I think it's pretty tart. It's a little sweet. I feel like more tartness coming through. Oh yeah, a lot more tart I think than the last one, which I really like. I was kind of disappointed in the first one that it wasn't as tart as I like it, but I think this is pretty good. And the tartness, not as sweet, I agree. The graham cracker seems a little more crumbly I think than the last one, which I really like. Yeah, it's really good. I'm gonna try to give you some notes on the whipped cream also. Let's see how this whipped cream is. The whipped cream on it too is it's very, I would say it's pretty similar to the last one. Very light, very fluffy. This one isn't too sweet. I think I really like this. I think I like this key lime pie as a whole better than the last one. It's definitely more tart, which I like. Again, I don't know if Jacob's gonna get any more of this. Alright, so we just enjoyed our second stop of our key lime pie tour at Kermit. Very sad. It's all gone now. But now we are going to head over to, I believe it's called Off the Hook Grill, to try conch fritters, which we really hadn't heard of too much. I think just within the past week we heard that's something to try in Key West. But I'm very excited to try it. Haven't really heard too much about it before, but I think that Key West is known for conch. So let's head over.
So one of the foods that we had on our list to try here is something that I think Key West is pretty well known for, is conch fritters. So you might have seen like a conch shell. This is the little critter that lives in those shells. They fry it up into what looks like these nice kind of balls. Looks a little bit like a hush puppy or something like that. I'm not sure if there's breading in there or what. They're pretty good. I'm not sure if I can really taste the... there it is. I can taste some of the conch. Gives it a little bit of a seafoodiness. Not quite like a crab cake, but pretty similar to a crab cake. But a little bit more like a shrimpy flavor than crab. But it's pretty good.
So now it's my turn to try the conch fritter. I believe this is, Jacob said, I think it's a horseradish sauce, so maybe a little spicy, so we'll see. Ooh, they're hot. Ooh. They're hot. I've never had conch before, so I'd say it's almost like calamari. If you want to see inside, yeah, so it's inside. Definitely, some of the other ones I had seen online made them seem more like a hush puppy, where there wasn't as much meat. But I think this has a ton of meat in it. It's really good. I definitely see why they're known for these. Alright, so we just finished up our conch fritters, which are really good. We're starting to get pretty full, but I think we're going to stop to get a drink at Sloppy Joe's.
Yeah, so if you haven't heard of Sloppy Joe's, we might go into a little more detail later, but it was one of Ernest Hemingway's favorite haunts. The owner was actually a guy known as Sloppy Joe, and he set up a little bar here. He was a pretty interesting fellow, we learned at the Hemingway house. So he was a rum runner, a gun runner, and just a pretty swell kind of guy. The kind of guy who you'd like to know, I'm sure.
Especially if you want a drink.
Yes, exactly. It sounds like a great place to get a drink. So we'll see what we have in store there.
Yeah, and there's one location in Havana as well, so we'd like to go to that one, and we'd also want to see what this one's all about.
Final stop on our Key West Key Lime Pie tour. We are here at the Key Lime Pie Company. So this is our third pie. We'll see how it compares to the rest. First thing I noticed when I got this though is that it doesn't have whipped cream on it, which is a little interesting. We were able to order an extra tart version. We liked the tartness of the last ones. So trying that with a little bit tartar, we'll see how that goes. We know it's not an exact apples to apples comparison, but I think it's a good choice. Okay. Actually, even though this is the extra tart, I don't think it's quite as tart as the Kermit's one. Which is interesting. It's also served a little cooler, so it almost has like an ice cream consistency.
No, see, I think it's pretty tart. The other pie was pretty tart too. I really like this one. This extra tart is almost more like cheesecake consistency, I would say. And like ice creamy, like the lips is a little bit different than the other two. So very good. All right, so we are at the end of our day here in Key West. I think we had a pretty good day. We had to pack a lot into one day, but I think we did a pretty good job.
Yeah, we had a short trip here, but I feel like we got a lot in. I think it's someplace that I'd definitely be willing to come back to. There's a lot that we didn't get a chance to do. It just seems like a really cool, kind of laid back kind of town that you can just kind of chill in for a while.
Yeah, I think I ate a lot of key lime pie. I think we kind of both decided that Kermit's, our second pie, was our favorite today.
Yes, but so much for a big reveal on that.
Oh, sorry. Also, the Hemingway house is really cool. I think I would have liked to spend just kind of more time doing everything though. We didn't have a whole lot of time to do much. We were really rushed, and I know there were some other sites that they recommended us to do, so hopefully another time. And also, I think that this would be a good place to visit if you're interested in doing some water sports like snorkeling or that sort of thing. So I could see making Key West like a vacation for, you know, a few days, like, you know, over a long weekend would be nice.
Oh yeah, I definitely hope we come back.
Yeah, I definitely agree. So I think that's it for our day in Key West.
Yep, it's time for us to get back on our ship.
And tomorrow we're headed to Cuba, the main reason why we came on this cruise.
So we will see you there.
Bye.